Hello, welcome. I'm on my own, so expect a bin fire. Although I did some stuff, I'm learning. I am learning. I'm getting good. Skyly's not feeling well. Minibot's just not feeling well today, so I've given her the night off. So I'm on my own. Greetings, Tavern Wars. Hello, beautiful, my beautiful baby. Archnin, what you saying? Morning. Mr. Stander, hi, evening all. You'll be glad to know I have my undivided attention. I'm no painter here, and Mrs. S is all. It's the Mrs. S bit I'm happy about. I know I'm not on my own, so when I am on my own, you might be better off on your own. Now I think about it. No, not without Scarly. Scarly in the house is always the way to go. But when I'm on my own, you got to forgive me if I miss your chats and chat amongst yourselves, right? Which is Rattler, Mr. Dalton, right? We've done some fiddling. Alex did some fiddling. I didn't. I did do a thing. I did a thing with the stream goal all by myself. Properties and right clicking. It's like voodoo magic. Honest, if you click buttons, things don't break. He says, tentatively looking. But I'm going to be doing this a lot, right? I'm going to be multitasking. Look like I'm surfing, don't I? Excuse me. So I've had like a really long day. And I was going to paint Gazgold tonight. But I really enjoyed yesterday so much that this morning, really early, before I had to go and spend my morning in the freezing cold for 5 hours, I took the GT40 theme on a bit, right? And I painted a fire spray, a falcon, Zuckus's ship, a Camoglia, and 3 mining guild ties, all in the same blue. Did the stripe. They're kind of in the background, so you can see them on the desk. And I'm doing the fire spray tonight. Evening, Mrs. Stander. It does feel like voodoo arching, but I'm gonna learn, right? I'm gonna learn because those of you know, most of you know, my beautiful girlfriend is in Holland, and I visit Holland very regularly. And I want to be able to take. I've got this amazing laptop that the amazing Mr. Dalton provided for me, which is capable of running a stream. So I'm gonna look at setting a little setup in Holland. Hi babe, news for my girlfriend. So I'm gonna get a camera. Yeah, Elgato Stream Deck. We're investigating where to get one. We're gonna get one of those. But I'm all right tonight, right? And it's good. It's good for me to learn the old way, and I need to learn what I'm doing so that when I do go away, I can carry on doing some streams abroad, right? Which would be kind of cool, right? Change up pace, and then I don't get to miss you guys, and you guys don't get to miss me. Streaming from a coffee house. It's a coffee shop, and no, you can't, not anymore, not under new guidelines. You just have to go in and come out. I wouldn't know. I only read that. I read that in a magazine about what to do whilst in Holland. Yeah. You've thrown me there, Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, you just threw me. I'm gonna call you Mr. Pink. In fact, you should change your name to Mr. Pink. Archnin, thank you so much. So, your stream goals are reset now, right? So this month's giveaway is going to be the ridiculous Gazgul Fracker that I'm going to be working on as of... I might stream Saturday this week. We'll see. I might do 3. Madness, I know. But Alex is kind of keen to play with... Hello, bro. Hey, King Kev. Alex is keen to play with a setup. He was really like, how did it go? Oh, I'm a bit gutted I missed it. I wanted to play with the cameras and this, that and the other. So I might do a Saturday. And by then I will have finished this GT40 project, which is going to be for sale. The Skurg went to Captain Rex. I'm not going to lie or mislead you. Captain Rex messaged me straight away and was like, I'd really like that. So Captain Rex has got the Scourge. So there's going to be some GT40 stuff, and this is going to kind of be like pretty cheap, right? So keep your eyes open and your ears open on stream, and keep your eyes open on Rasta Mace painting, because that's where I'm going to be putting it when it's ready, because I need some money for Christmas, because I've got to buy presents. You know how it is. Scarlett wants, diamond earrings and a puppy, and she's not getting a puppy, not till she's 16. Anyway, so I'm on my own. I'm going to carry on doing what I did yesterday on a fire spray, but I'm not taking it from the start, because there was no way I was going to do this in 2 hours. Painting the Scrug in 2 hours was amazing, So what I've done is I've done the white stripes already, I've blue base coated, and I've done 2 of the blue highlights. So I've got the last blue highlight, and then it's going to be all the metal detail work, and then we're going to mask up the canopy, spray a fade on the canopy, and then clear coat it with the Angron red. I'm also going to do the engines this time with the airbrush, so a little bit more airbrush, but like simple work and like poppy stuff like we did yesterday. Simple things, make your models jump. I'm going to show you the scrug when we go to Split. In fact, let's go to Split. Yeah, nailed it. Mate, I feel so good about these small things in life. This was yesterday's scrug. In fact, let me be really, because I've got this working now. I've got this working now, everyone. Let's get it in. That's the scrug. Look how nice that. 1 hour, 45 minutes of painting, and we got that. From a base coat to a beautifully finished GE40 model, right? Can you guys can hear me right now on Split, on close up. Let me know if that problem's fixed, because Alex says yes, we can. Perfect. So you can hear me. Oh, let's go back to Split. Whoop, whoop. Right. So we've also got another little feature coming up. Unfortunately, yes. So I thought you'd be charming as always, Mr. Stander. We got a feature coming up at the end of the show, right? So you know where we go to credits at the end? Alex has done this thing now. So you still get your credits, but now there's a gallery, right? So and it's going to flash up pictures of work you guys have sent in. Yep, fire spray tonight. We're doing a fire spray because it's just the best ship in the Scum faction, right? It's going to flash up pictures of work you've sent in. So keep sending in your work, and Alex will keep adding to the gallery at the end of the show. Probably what I'll do is, we'll go to that screen, but I'll maybe leave the mic on and do a bit of talking, because I like talking, over some of the pictures and kind of give you my advice, my, my critique. Not even critique. I'm just going to go, yeah, it's wicked. That's wicked on all of them. But send it in, and unless you're Bobber, someone stole his co-pilot seat. Yeah, I've now got to work out how to get to the gallery. What do you mean how to get to the gallery? All you got to do is when you send pictures, and you especially, you bombard him with photos. He just takes those and puts them in this like collage, and it will go through different things. You need the gallery. We do need the gallery music from Take Heart, but unfortunately you'll find the gallery music is licensed music, and if I play that, they take all of my revenue and they shut me down. So I might just be in the background going dun 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 dun. You know what I mean? Something like that. Anyway, I'm going to make it up on the fly. I've got a lot to do tonight. So a quick bit of housekeeping. If you haven't pushed the notification buttons and you want to know when we're going live, please do it. Sub us if you can. You get one free with Amazon Prime, and the Rastamay's Patreon is out there if you want to support us, and there's a donation link. The donation link goes towards this end of the month's giveaway, which will be a Golden Demon level Gazgul Fracker. You've seen me working on it. I'm going to carry on working on it. It will be finished before the end of the month. I've also got a Legion model coming that I'm going to paint as well before the end of the month. So we've got some stuff coming up this month, different subject matter and so on and so forth. I didn't want to just keep doing Gazgul. I needed a break from Gazgul, because when you paint at that level, it kind of hurts your head a bit. So let's talk you through where I'm at. Same again, I did like the mix of the dark blue and kind of the medium blue as a base coat. You can see the masked up lines. Under there's the white GT40 stripes. Exactly the same as yesterday. If you didn't get to see yesterday, you can see it on YouTube. It's still on Twitch at the moment if you want to see that process. All I'm going to do now is and I did that bit at the back because it was just going to take too long on stream. I've spent probably an hour on this so far, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. So we're going to spend close to 2 hours. So 3 hours for a big ship is pretty good going, especially when they come out looking like that. You know what I mean. I'm sorry to say, I really just like the subject matter, and as an artist, it's all about what floats my boat. So that's what I'm doing today, and I really wanted to do this. I haven't painted X-Wing for so long. I'd kind of lost my mojo with it, and I got it back yesterday thanks to Captain Rex's amazing idea. He will be along soon, by the way, because I had a message he's having dinner and running a little bit late. But yeah, let's crack on. I am going to now do like the final blue through the brush, through the airbrush. How are you all? Just spam Rasta's inbox. No, don't spam my inbox. Weekend Warlords. Weekend Warlords. That's where you want to spam me. If you spam my personal messenger, I'm just going to ignore it. Because I have a bit of an issue with Messenger. You guys that know me for long enough know that. When they get like 655 messages all in one go, I shut down. So, if you're inspired, and you should play to that. Absolutely. Let's get that a bit out of the way there so you can see the chat a bit better. Yeah, for me, I really am. I know I paint miniature art. I don't paint on canvases, but I'm an artist. And if the juices are not flowing, they're not flowing. You have to enjoy what you're painting. It's really important. And I loved the way that come out. It was such a great idea from Captain Rex. So we've gone with this. It's final colour. It's electric blue. It's really high. We're going to catch the edges and get some poppy lights on it. Man, I had a morning of it today. I had to take my car to a place called Ripley, which is miles away from where I live, to get the final parts of it fixed. And it took 5 hours. And because of coronavirus, I weren't allowed to stay anywhere near the garage. And nothing was open. So I walked around at -1 degrees for 5 hours, just freezing. So I'd like a big for Rasta, because I was cold today. It knocked me for 6. Your issue with Messenger is that you never bloody read any messages sent to you via that. No, yeah, it is, Paul. You know, some of us have kind of like mental things. I know I'm a bit of a lab math, but technology does my nut in, mate. And you're not Rasta, Mace. And you've never seen my inbox. My inbox sometimes goes ridiculous. So, and it just makes me just want to chuck the computer in the toilet or the phone in the toilet. I'm normally too busy speaking to my girlfriend. I don't want to speak to you. I mean, it's not like you never post on bloody X-Wing, do you? You're always on the internet. So these are quite high, right, this colour, so it really is just a few edges and a few... Good evening, Rasta! Hello, mate! That's why I only ever send you silly things that don't matter when you see them. I know, bro, I know, you're not one of... It's not like you lot, generally. Honestly, I'm very blessed to have the notoriety I have in the community, but it can get a little bit mad at times when everyone wants advice about everything, and what do you think I should build this with, and how should I paint that, and this and there's just millions of them, and I'm like, I've got to get my daughter at school, and I've got to clean the house, and I've got all these things to do. I got confirmation my new paints and X-Wing ships will be here in 2 days, so it's a good day looking at a new place later with the wife. Oh, Archnin, I hope you get it, mate. Did you get like the new wave? I would very much like to paint one of those little ETAs. I do have. Shall I get you an ETA? Shall I get you one of my ETAs? I'll be back. You can watch me over here. See? I'll dance for you as well. Yeah, let me get you an ETA. I did these years ago. These are Micro Machine toys. Let me go to close up. Alright, let's show you. Let's get that off there. Let's start with Anakin's. These are the tiny little cheap ETAs that you've got. These took me a long time to paint. Right, yeah, Paul, you wanted to see stars in the canopy? See, a little R2D2, all correctly painted droids. I'll show you. Even underneath, look. They took a long time. I had to cut off all the branding and resculpt a few bits. But that's Anakin's. I do believe Obi-Wan's was red. That's Obi-Wan's with the correct, let's get it in shot properly, correct droid. I used to run 3 of them. In fact, I used to use them as A-Wings, Psycho Tycho. I can't remember all their names. It was 3 mad A-Wings. That was my whole list. And then this one was Mace Windu, because I researched what colour his ETA was. See, he's got the black droid with the orange. Okay. Can you see, Paul? You see on that like start, I always do like, let's get a brush to point it out. I always do like a feature star, and the underneath there is that bluer colour, and then I highlight them out. And it's about leaving the right amount of gaps in the star clusters when you do your stars. It is not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. So let's get those out of the way so that I don't paint on them. And let's go back to painting split. Bang! Just some sort of computer-based. Oh, I'm going right down here now. I'm really proud of myself with this stuff. This is like my kryptonite computers. My kryptonite. Okay, let's carry on with this. That was a little bit of the gallery session with Rooster Mouse. Okay, let's do it. Well, Minibot's not feeling well, so I've given her the night off. And Nannybot's being an invaluable member of the community and working. So yes, bro, they've left me all by myself. But I got you guys, right? I genuinely wish there was like some software that when your comments come up, it like spoke them. I'd love that, and it'd feel like you guys are actually here. I was speaking to Lewis about when I do the stream, and I said it's really like a social thing as well for me. And I know I'm talking at you, but I know you're commenting, and I've not actually got your voices coming back. But it's really nice because we don't get to see anyone, right? My social bubble is my mum and dad and my girlfriend, and it's been like that for a whole year. And I'm blessed I got my daughter and Alex that I live with. Any of you that have ever been at a tournament with me know how much I like being around people. So not having that this year has been a killer. And I know you probably all feel the same. I think that does exist. I've seen some other Twitch streamers where that does happen. Kev, we'll look into it, mate. We'll look into it. The Wookiee, in fact, has some chibi Marvel miniatures. I'm not sure what game that is. Kev will put the name in the chat, I'm sure, any moment. That I'm looking at taking off his hands to paint, because I think it'd be a nice subject matter. I've never painted anything like that. Oh, Mark, I hate it, man. So there was a little post on the UK page, or I don't know, maybe Fly Better or one of the American pages by Rick Porcius, and some people received it a little bit bad because Rick is a lovely Marvel United. Thank you, Kev. Rick's a lovely guy, and he was saying about how he was worried that potentially, and it was just one way of looking at things, that attendance to tournaments would drop off because of like everyone wins and you go to one and you get everything, right? So you don't need to go to lots of events. I love I'm a bit like, you know, anyone that's got any stuff from X-Wing or won anything or whatever. I loved all my prizes and I love my acrylics and I love my templates and all of that. But it was never the overriding factor to go to tournaments. I wouldn't have gone to Warlords twice a month, every month. I wouldn't have travelled to pretty much every single game store in the UK, to Scotland twice, to European SOSs, to Worlds for prizes. I went for people. That was the real prizes I took away. Was my friends list is ridiculous, and they're all people I've met through playing X-Wing. I hate not doing. Where are we? Oh, that Chibi Marvel game is a sore subject for some people. Got huge Kickstarter money, then it went retail and the backers before the... Oh, man. Okay. See, I don't know about stuff like that. I've never done a Kickstarter personally. I know a lot of people had... Personal friends of mine had issues with Super Fantasy Brawl because they were involved with it and got binned off by the company. But having been employed by a big company... I've had artwork stolen, and some of the products that you buy are designed, and I never got a touch out of that. So it's just a horrible, horrible fact of life at the moment is that big companies don't value people, unfortunately. But all I want chibi miniatures to paint. I love the whole chibi thing. Alex introduced me to it. Sorry if I go a bit quiet sometimes, just when I'm concentrating. I hate not doing any tournaments, don't care about results, do care about not seeing my friends. Plus I can't wait to get my squad on the table once fully painted. I'm missing people. Too. I can't wait for life to return to pre-COVID times. Mrs. Stander, I know you've come up and you came with Jude and with Paul, unfortunately, to to the store, and we loved having you up there. And for me, tabletop was always about that. You know, I introduced it to my children because I wanted to get them away from the Xbox and get them actually interacting with people, because it's just so much better. I don't think really anyone I gamed with regularly was in it just for the prizes. They were in it for the people and the interaction and how much fun we'd have. You know, the best part of X-Wing was after X-Wing, was when we went to eat, drink, laugh, and it, you know, those were the best memories I've got. I've got memories of at Worlds, like 60 of us, every single European, bowling into one restaurant and them just going, oh my God, what's just happened? It was the best. It was the best. Let's have a look. I miss seeing people as well. I miss the guys I came up playing with X-Wing with in Ireland. Still not sure on final list yet. Oh, I don't care about your list. I just want the prize. Everybody likes you anyway, Lee. Has Lee ever told you that he beat the world champion in like 30 minutes while he was drunk? Did you beat me once as well, Lee? When we were at Stockton. Did you beat me that day? When you had the weird little No, you had the... You did, didn't you? When you had the Lambda with the decimators on the wings. Or am I still undefeated against you? Yep, Hull, you did. I knew you did. See, Lee is I pretend I can't play X-Wing, but Lee can play X-Wing. Lee likes letting people win because he doesn't like beating people. Shh, don't tell him, I told you. Pups, have we played? Don't get upset if I don't remember if I've played you. I've played thousands of games, but I'm not sure if we have we, Pups? No, Mark, I don't think we have, bro. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have played John Fawcett on more than one occasion. But I don't think we have, Mark. I will certainly be looking into, when we do get past COVID times, you know that the bricks and mortar Weekend Warlords store's gone. But Weekend Warlords is alive and kicking, right? It's never going anywhere. It's a way of being. And the business name and the company is being kept going strong in my little hands at the moment. So when COVID's over, we are going to look at finding a venue in the Midlands that we can hire, and we'll attempt to put on like a 2-day event, somewhere where there's catering nearby, where we can get you guys up and we can play again. We'll get Ash involved, we'll get John up, and we'll make it just feel like it did, because we've still got all the mats and the bits and the bobs. So that is going to happen, promise, one day. Book me 2 tickets for that, Rasta. Make sure it's near a reasonable hotel too. The idea of that is we would put it on in a place where we would be able to get at least 50, 60 people in. That would be the best way to do it, right? And it wouldn't be like we do once a month. We'd probably do 3 times a year, 4 times a year. So once every 3 months, something like that. Get a great big prize pool together. I'll paint some stuff. We'll get some stuff donated, and we will have a proper party. Maybe get like a food truck to cater it. So you guys, I just want to see everyone. Who gives a monkeys about who wins it? So, and it would be nice that way. It would give everyone time to prep for it. I don't even think I'd play. I'd just want to like TO it and take the mick out of you all at the prize giving. I'll make inquiries as to how much it would be to hire our school hall. Please do, Kev. We will find some venues. I've also got like believe it or not, quite a reasonably sized hall in my village. Maybe you can all come back to my house for pasta afterwards. Ruster boils 400 kilos of pasta. Yeah, it would be great if we can do somewhere like that. Do a 2-dayer. So then on the Saturday night, we could all go and have a little bit of gin and juice. Getting there now with this. might be calling that about done now. Oh, I miss your prize givings highlight. Yeah, they're always a bit naughty, a little bit risque, but I used to love doing that so much. John hated it, so it was my thing. Really, really enjoyed that. Okay, so I think I'm going to call it there. Let's do some unmasking, and let's see if these stripes worked. Be careful. There we go. Yep. And I'm going to do what I did yesterday, where I put in some of those panel lines back. So I didn't even undercoat these models. I just went straight over the original FFG paint. A lot of the times I see a lot of people asking about stripping paint off their models. Oh, we did lose a little bit there. Most of the time you don't need to. I'll touch that in with a brush, don't worry. It's never a mistake, it's only a happy accident. I've got a bit more here. A bit more. Right, let's fix that quickly. I never stress out about stuff like that. Yeah, life's too short. Let's go straight to our, what was it? Electric blue. Just to put that base colour. I know that looks a bit dark, but I'll get rid of that in a sec with a white. Happens. Little accidentes. A little bit there. Where are we? Need to have some shopping nearby so Mrs. S can wander off and not be bored all day watching sweating Herbert's playing X-Wing. You know, like, you just include yourself in that sentence. I'm no sweaty Herbert, right? Mr. Stander. And while I've got that out, let's get my lid. I'm going to do what I did yesterday. Just thin this down a bit. Find a few of these little panel lines. Pop out a few of those. Just hardly anything. Just lifts them out. I'll try my best, Mr. P, to do it somewhere that won't be too far from like the real world. I don't live too far from Derby, and Kev's school's certainly right in the centre of town. So we will have a look and see what we can arrange. Yeah, he's rude, isn't he, Mark? I know, man. He's clearly talking about himself, not about you lovely people. Mrs. S is going to give him a slap in the back of the head for that. I know. I can feel her hand on its way already. Paul! He's just got no etiquette, has he? It's like he was dragged up. Well, he is from Essex. And then we'll go in and we'll do some of those. Now, you see that? It just popped out a few bits. Putting in some of those light blues that we used as the base colour. Okay. Where's my tissue? Lost the tissue. There it is. Oh, I don't know if you saw, I think it was Nerdist or something like that, Pi posted. Remember we were like surmising that Ahsoka's appearance was pre the end of Rebels. Dave Filoni's hinted at exactly that it was pre the end of Rebels. So it's that time gap in between the actual end of Rebels finishing and that cutscene where you see Ahsoka meeting Sabine. So that's very cool to know. So this is white, just with a little bit of that blue mixed in, just so that I don't go full bore white. We'll just fix this. And then I'll go to pure white as well in a minute. No mistakes, happy accidents. I suppose I've just shown you the argument for putting a primer coat. Assume you are taking the mickey out of me, as I heard the word Essex. Mrs. S currently taking a call on a moment. I missed what you said. Yeah, of course I'm taking the mickey out of you, Paul. This is why we have you on stream, man. Is Mrs. S from Essex as well? I doubt it. She's probably from like the royal family. Tiny bit here that needed it too. I'm stepping up, just a little bit more white. I'll look at that comment in a second. Let me just finish this. Okay, the white's fixed. Let's get a bit on there. It's a bit too blue. Okay, so we've got our stripes. Okay, nah, you misheard. We're discussing the implications of medical cloning. Lots of ethics talk. That's what it was. Ooh, oi, Lambeth baby. Yeah, see, you're clearly from Essex. She's not. That's why she's got the class in the family. Okay. So we're going to do what we did yesterday and pull out all the silvers. I'm going to put a black coat on this first, right? My plan with this is to black coat it and then mask and then spray silver and then spray the red. Because I want to fade, I want light to dark in the red, and that's done by the silver. So let's get silver on first. Should I get silver? Yeah, let's get silver on first because I'm not going to brush paint the silver on the canopy because it's such a big canopy. I don't think I can get away with brush painting the angron onto such a big canopy. I think it's going to go wrong, and I don't want to take that chance and then have to redo it. That's just stupid. So I've got some high silver with just a spot of black. I'm keeping it pretty light because we're going to wash it back. I am home this weekend, brother. I'm home every weekend, man. I need to message you tomorrow anyway, Kev. So expect a message. This little colour combo, right? It's really simple. The blue, the white, the silver, and then just that spot colour of red. It really works. You don't need like a million colours. And I thought about it yesterday. It's a British flag, isn't it? It's a patriotic paint scheme. Red, white and blue. How did we not notice that yesterday? God shaved the Queen and all that. Ah, cool, man. Bring Darth Maul over. I might do it on stream. I'm a bit scared of Darth Maul, Legion scale, though. I've got to be honest. I hope they've cut those tattoos into his face, or they're going to be a nightmare to paint. And you might have to go and buy another Lego kit. Don't forget my Lego. I need that clone battle tank. And bring the instructions if you got them. Please tell me you got the instructions. Please tell me you didn't chuck the instructions. Did you chuck the instructions, Kev? Are you going to break my heart and tell me you chucked the instructions? I need an Austin Powers pilot card to go with it. Yeah. Do you? If you guys go on my Rastamaze painting page, you will find a set of ships that I painted for the incredibly attractive Carl Walker, and they had the Union Jack on them. They were so hard to do, right? I did 2 or 3 different ships. Go and have a look, and you'll be like, wow. Even I was wow. They're like one of the best paint jobs I've ever done on X-Wing. It was when I first got my airbrush, and it was hours and hours and hours of masking and unmasking and remasking and cutting mask. Oh, it's just... It's okay, you can get them on the Lego website. Because what I do is I unbuild them and then rebuild them because I like the build experience. Especially when you're drinking gin and ginger beer. It's my new thing at the moment, everyone. Gin and pimento mixer. It's all Brigitta's fault, everyone. It's because she's a classy chick. She has these nice drinks. It's got to be Hendrick's gin, though. I think when I looked at this, I decided I was going to do this bit as well in silver. I think when you're doing these simple little paint jobs, finding some detail to pull out really, really changes things, really lifts it out, takes it next level. So how are we doing on time? Wow, 43 minutes. Okay, better put the pedal to the metal. So yeah, this month, not this week so much, maybe Saturday if I stream, but there will be lots and lots of giveaways coming up, right? Because it's Christmas and I've got some promo stuff, I've got some range rulers, there might even be the odd bit of Weekend's Warlords memorabilia, there'll be a couple of painted ships, we've got stuff coming from Andreas Carlson to give away, we've got stuff from the amazing Archnin all the way from America to give away, we've got a set of Sabak. And that's even without the end of the month art giveaway. So keep coming back. Tell your friends. Let's get these Twitch numbers up to like 30 plus for this month. And let them see what we do here. And how fun you guys are. I might do Saturday. Because then maybe I could watch The Mandalorian Friday. And we can just have like a Mandalorian fest. I can't wait till they make that ship in X-Wing scale. Ooh, gonna paint that. Ooh, so gonna paint that. I'll have to speak to Mr. Lee about some chrome paint or something like that. I'm Lapland, but Clive is Bradford. Do you still have a few cards to send me? Yeah, they're all going out, Paul. I've got them just on the side. Sorry, mate. I've been a bit behind with that. The same night, Richie C. Also. Yeah. Oh, Richie C's got a pile because he comes round, but everything's going out in the next day or two. I have been a bit behind, catching up with the car, trying to get her to school, and just life getting in the way. Everything is noted though, and you will get everything, I promise, Paul. It's all written down, mate, and it's been on my mind that I haven't done it. It's quite fiddly, this. Getting this detail without hitting the blues. Take your time, and then we're going to do that lovely wash that we did yesterday. Really worked, and that should kind of be it. A couple of bits of highlighting on the guns and that, but these main silver areas are getting done. That's why I've gone so bright with the base silver, so that the wash gives you that finish straight away. We're getting there though. Yeah, I had it done again. I had the last lot done to it today. Cost me nearly 300. I've spent £1,100 in the past 3 weeks on the car, and the windscreen's still broken. And I've got to have some welding done on the exhaust. And I'm like screwed without my car because my little girl goes to school miles away. I can't get her there on public transport because of the time she starts and how late the buses start running where I live. So it's cost me an absolute fortune. I am a poor little Rasta man at the moment. But it is like engine wise, apart from the exhaust, which just needs some welding. It is running. She's back running on gas. Because I was running on expensive unleaded, everybody. How do you people afford that? How do you afford that? £1.10 a litre. That's madness. I like my 50p a litre LPG. Base silver and clear blue over it. What? What, these? No. We do. I'm doing this like black blue wash. You know the one you advised. It was Lee's idea. The black blue wash. It gives a really nice steely look. And then the canopy's going to get Angron cleared, Angron red cleared. I like the contrast of the dark silver or the silvery colours against the blue. It just helps the blue to pop out. Was there anywhere else that needed that there? That's done. Oh, that bit at the back that I missed. Oh, you're coming over with Rudolph, ain't you? You're gonna have another pasta. You can pick it all up then, Santa. Okay, so let's find some little bits of detail apart from the guns to pull out. Right, let's have a look. What can we do? Kind of like that. Let's pull that out. That's all I'm going to start looking for is little bits and bobs. Just to start popping out greebly. Shall I do that bit under there? I think I will. Because that will take a wash nice, that will. bit one of it? There it is. Let's go up to that line. Let's have this little bit. Don't know, what is that? Like a petrol filler cap? Ah, bring Grogu, Christmas Grogu. You got baby, you got a real Grogu. Have you got a real Grogu? Oh frick. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if they sold pet Grogus? That's all anyone would have. It's the same as if they sold Mogwais, right? We'd all have a Mogwai. I don't care about the consequences. Living in England, can you imagine? Mogwais. Take about 10 minutes before there's gremlins everywhere. Just go outside, starts raining, that's it. Mogwai, Gremlin City. Do you know what? That's a film I've not watched in a long time. I'm going to have to put that on and let Scarlett see it. I'm not sure she's ever seen that. That's bad parenting, right? Right there. Have you seen the Hot Toys 1/1 scale figure? No, no. You can send me that on my messenger, Kai, right now if you want though. I can. Yeah, I've got the music in my head right now. Look how Jesus, Kai. What sort of ninja reflexes have you got? I wouldn't have even been able to type in 1/1 scale at that point. I'm going to look and I'm going to show you all through the power of television. If they do a 1/1 scale, I'm definitely buying it and I'm definitely painting it and I'm definitely going to either give it away or sell it. One of the two. I've got to have a look now. Hold on, everyone. Oh, 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 getting pointy nips. Oh my day. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not getting it because I've just seen the price. Is that real? Scary amount of money. Look at that. But look at that. I want him. Holy moly. Damn, that's a lot of money, man. I only spend that sort of money on Lego, Kai. Because it's an investment that returns. Not that I'd ever sell it, but I have got to try and track down another Baby Yoda pop. Someone special needs it painting for them. Or she's going to make me sleep on the sofa. About £300 if you're feeling flush. A bit more than that. $430. About $350. Is the exchange rate that bad at the moment? I know it had got pretty low at one point, but I didn't think it was that bad. Do I want to do any others? Anywhere else? Yeah, let's do these pipes. Actually, have some paint on your brush. Yeah, Trump's doing us a treat. Really? That's terrible. Well, okay. Definitely not a good time to change your dollars into pounds. But it is a good time for the other way. It weren't like that when we went worlds both time. It was nearly 1-to-1. Which was really hard when you go and have a meal out there and it costs you $60, $70. You're like, what the hell? For a burger and some chips for two people. Okay, anywhere else that I want to put some of this? Shall I put a bit on those? I might put a bit on those just to give that a bit of detail. Should we do those? Yeah, let's do those. Okay, I think let's do this. No, I think I'm done now. Don't think it needs any more. Okay, let's do these two bits. It matches then, doesn't it? Okay, that's all our silver areas. Where was I? That's Jan 12th, but it will take time. We're going to see the price of X-Wing go down, seeing as the excuse to put it up was the exchange rate. Yeah, right. A man can dream. They got to pay for the oversized packaging somehow. Paul, that is the first funny thing you've said on stream this year. They do have to pay for the oversized, overcomplicated packaging somehow this year. You are right. While that's drying, I'm going to get some black and paint the canopy. I'm not sure I'm going to paint the whole thing. I'm just going to edge it. Oh, I might paint the whole thing. We'll see. That's one bad thing about Twitch chat being read out. You can't escape. Dude, you can't escape that man even if he wasn't in Twitch chat. He's alright, bless him. The harshness of Paul is softened incredibly by the softness and loveliness of his wife and his kids. Especially one little boy who's a bit of a savant on the table. He's pretty sick at X-Wing. Okay, so let's get a hairdryer on that. I should really, right? I was been thinking about this, that maybe I should, on one of the panels, I should do some handwritten Arabesh GT40. I'll have to find my Arabesh calendar, calendar translator thing. All the silver's done enough, so we can get a wash mixed up. Let's get a wash mixed up for the silvers. So same as yesterday, is going to be black and blue. That is black, yes it is. Wow, that was a lot of black, George. There was no need for that. The cost of this stuff. Blue ink. There it is. There was still loads of black. Where's that other big brush gone? There it is. Okay, let's start washing. Oh, not with that one. Okay, let's start washing. Could you use a Vallejo black blue mix instead? I'm sure you could. I didn't know there was one. Yeah, I didn't know there was one. Wondering if that's dark enough. I might put just a spot of, where's my black gone? There it is. Just a little bit more black. Even now pulled it back. Joys of mixing paint. Jar was in the house. Okay. So yeah. I'm sorry, this is just putting a wash on, everyone. I'm always constantly like mindful of you guys just sitting through a boring process like this. But I've got to do it, right? And if I cut every process out in post or pre, there'd be nothing for you to watch paint. I'll try to cut out some of the stages for you. Well, you need to fin it. Well, how are you applying it, Paul? With a brush or with an airbrush? Oh, you mean black paint, Captain Rex, plus a blue wash? Is that what you mean? Brush, don't own airbrush. I would recommend that you fin it a very little bit with some water. Very clean water, very clean brush. And then a couple of coats, 2-3 coats. Don't fin it out to nothing though, because otherwise you're just going to kill it and it's not going to protect. But yeah, a bit of water won't hurt, especially with an actual brush. Black wash plus blue wash. That should be fine. Oh, do you mean the model wash, Captain Rex? Or their actual inks? Sorry for keep making you have to comment every 30 seconds, but they have such a big product range. Okay, I might need to come back and do another coat, but let's just do one and let's work our way around. And while I'm doing that, that first coat will start to dry. Yes, the black and blue, black and wash you used a couple of times. the thing is with model wash doesn't quite work like these inks, right? It's a more of a long-winded process. If you can just get some traditional ink, this sort of stuff that, like Nuln Oil, even Winsor and Newton inks that you can get from Hobbycraft, they're good value, Captain Rex. They're not expensive at all. It works better to do this. Model wash is very much, I find, something that you put on and take off and put on and take off, and you have to go through this kind of long-winded process to achieve a slightly different effect to what I'm trying to achieve at the moment, which is kind of a quicker all-over darkening, hitting those recesses. So I would recommend you, invest in some either Winsor & Newton or some GW inks. They'll be the most easily available, even though they're just so much money. Oh, let's put you back on, so I've got something to hold on to. Trying not to touch the back where I've inked. Put it on your Christmas list, Captain. Where are we? Perfect. The dreaded A occasionally, so a Vallejo ink set at a reasonable price for a set of 8 different. Yeah, the dreaded A. You should be going to the Mr. P Tech, and your local model shop. It's terrible, isn't it, that these big companies have got like such a grasp on the market at the moment. They're just killing off small business. Can't get the product, can't get the stock, but they have it. Even like for myself as a Lego collector, a lot of the exclusives, even Lego don't have enough, and Amazon have got stock. It's just madness. Contribute nothing to the well-being of the country because of their little offshore bank accounts. Lee gets my money now for his excellent brushes. Good. Any money you can put into any independent trader in this country goes back to the well-being of the country. Cogger 2, Protec, your friendly local game stores, myself, anyone like that. We pay our taxes. We have to. But yeah, I do understand, Paul, that there are times where you just can't get it anywhere else. So this is not an attack on you, Paul. It's an attack on them as a company being allowed to trade like that in this country. Maybe the government should actually do their job and not line their pockets with the profits made off of that. But it doesn't go back into our schools and health service. God, look at me sounding all middle-aged. Okay, first coat. It does need another one, so I'm going to just give it a gentle hair dry. I'm sorry, but the problem is that you can get a single tube. Next day, small impens just can't. No, that is the problem, dude. That is the problem. And the only reason they can afford to do that is because they don't pay their taxes. How are we doing on time? 11 minutes past 8. Of course it's 11 minutes past 8. Let's just do a little bit more again. Let's get this brush this time. So I'm going to also maybe pick out a few bits with this ink now. I just want to go back over these bits. They just need a little bit more of a lift, a darkener even. I shudder when you mentioned Wayland Games, Captain. Their reputation for selling stuff they don't have in stock and can't get is legendary. I wouldn't know. Never brought off of them. I was lucky enough to be involved in a store, so that was never an issue back in the day. And now I've got my friend Lee. If he ain't got it, I ain't buying it. So I've just got a little bit, just pulled that wash into a couple of recesses. Nothing much. I don't want to really do like the model. I just want a couple of little bits. Give us that nice little darkener. Pop a bit of the shape of the spray out itself. There's like a couple of little grills that we can just pop out on that. Catch the odd bit if you want to lift it anywhere with this. Hardly any paint at the moment on my brush. Doing these couple of bits. And you know, the last one I didn't do any of this, but this is a little bit bigger model. It's alright to do a few little extra touches just to grime it up before we put in some of those edge highlights and chipping that we did yesterday. I've still got to mask this canopy off. I'm quite scared of that. That's going to take a while. Okay, are we done there with that? Just this little bit. Yeah, I should run that wash right down. As if it's been like leaking. Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Happy days. Okay, bigger brush. Oh, did I just hit it? I did. And let's just go over the back a little bit. It needs another go over. It is advisable when you are like recoating on a washed area, really let it dry. And hair dryers are not the best thing for that because they push the ink about. So if you're not under the time constraints of painting on stream, just go make a cup of tea, let it dry properly. What's that? Okay, you guys are talking amongst yourself. That's good. I don't have to read all that out. Maybe they just see your name on the order form, Paul, and like stiff you on purpose. It wouldn't be, you know, beyond the pale. Beyond the pale? Is that even a thing? Did I just make up bad English? This ship's so good in X-Wing. When are we going to get a campaign to make the Falcon great again? Because I feel like the Falcon has been just so underpowered compared to the other big ships or medium ships out there for what you pay for Han especially. Like, we need to make it great again. It's the Millennium Falcon, for God's sake. You just have no hope in the game with it at the moment when you look at, like, for the less money, less points, what you get with Boba Fett in a fire spray. It's not fair. I'm very bitter. And I love Boba and that, but it's not Han, is it? I want my Han back. I want my Han Jake to be a viable list. Or something similar. Drop the points enough where I can have Han Wedge Jake with some toys. Then I'd be happy. Then it'd be alright for it to die so quickly and easily as it does. Okay, I think I'm about done with that. Okay, let's let that dry. What can I do? Where can I put that? How should I put that? Let's put it like that. And I'm going to fish out some masking tapes. Make IGs good again. You can have 3 now, Kev. You can have 3. Right. So where's my tapes? There they are. Okay, so this is a white plastic tape. This bends. It is a bit tricky to use. I need my knife. It doesn't tear, you need to cut it right when you're taking it off the roll, but it allows you to mask a curve. I'm just going to truck the hair dry before I end up touching this. Not to get it all dry, just to take the worst wetness off of it. Okay. So let's start at the top. You'll see in a minute. See how it actually bends, it pulls the opposite way, the way normal tape won't pull. Right, it's important that we use this stuff. I'm not going to try cutting that off, I'm just going to leave that like that. Let's get another piece. Maybe not so much this time, Delapina. Let's cut a couple of pieces. I might need 2 pieces on this bottom bit because it's a really extreme curve. And for me on this, it's alright if I go a little bit onto the black with this, because I don't want it to go on the blue and having that little black outline. No, it works perfectly. Do you see that? Like, you can't get normal masking tape to do that, and that's stuck down properly. Just, where am I holding? It's almost like PTFE that you use for plumbing, but sticky. So you can see, right? It's properly stuck. Great stuff. I got this from John when we had the store. There was also another place in Nottingham called GD Models. Like, good model stockists will have this. If you are going to get it online, try and get it obviously from a smaller retailer, please. See, look at that. This stuff's cool, right? These are tools that if you want to do any airbrushing, you should invest in little bits like this. You see. Let me do a version. Yeah, Tamiya. A lot of my masking tapes are Tamiya pups. I don't think that one specifically is Tamiya, but yeah, Tamiya do great modelling accoutrements. I love that word. And then we're just going to mask up a little bit with normal tape, just for the overspray. You can see normal tape just doesn't bend like that, so you get the little gaps. Good airbrushing, long term, Ash used to say this, is that it's like you're really like the master of masking. And I used to spend ages and ages and ages masking stuff. So it really is important to mask up when you're trying not to damage work. And it's only on this piece, right? It's because of this, like the biggest canopy in all of X-Wing. There's no other ship that has this. Most of the other ships you can get away with doing what I did just with a brush. Be careful of the little gaps. I'm going to just do a tiny bit more because I don't want to screw this up, because you end up with silver all over it and then red all over it. Okay. Ooh, little gap there. Okie dokie, pig and a pokey. Right, we're ready to go. Have I cleaned my brush? I haven't. Damn, lazy boy. What time are we on? 26. I've got 35 minutes. I don't know. I don't know today, everyone. I don't know if I'm going to quite get everything done in that time. Where's my cleaning brush gone? He panics. It's when it all goes wrong, right? I've just knocked my camera too. Okay, silver. Silver. Simple as that. It ain't got a name, it's just called silver. Where are you coming out? Cocktail stick time. Let's do 3 spots. Should do. Glasses. I think what I'll do, time to flash up good evening. If you're streaming Saturday, I'll try to swing by one. One love, Archnin. Enjoy your food, brother. Thanks for joining us. See you on Saturday. Okay. Let's get this back on that. So I'm going to go lighter at the top and fade down so that when I do the red, it will have the same effect. See, like that, just with that little bit of darker at the bottom, really, really silver at the top. Done. That's all I need to do on that. Clean my brush, and then we'll go with the anger on red. It will be dry by the time we do that. Does taking the needle guard off make any difference to the spray pattern, or is it just easier to clean it without it? So, yes, absolutely. Absolutely take your needle guard off when you're working, because it creates like a vortex for the air, and it will spit more, right? The air kind of reverberates or bounces around that needle guard. So anyone that's like kind of, you know, an airbrush user that of any experience, they stop using their needle guards. Needle guards are there to protect your needle. They do not benefit your actual paint finish. You just need to be super careful about how you're putting your brush. I got one of these pups, right? So this is how I clean my airbrush, but it also goes like that, right? So the it's safe. The needle doesn't get damaged. You do want to have somewhere that your airbrush can sit safely. You can buy little airbrush stands. I think Lee might even make them. Right, let's just hair dry this 100% because we've got to put this clear on. Look, can you see there's a tiny little, you can't see, I'll show you, there's a tiny little speckle of silver. Silver can be a bugger to airbrush. I find metallics, they spit a bit thicker. Right, Angron, clear red. Let's see how much of this I'm going to waste putting it in here. Stupid pots. Damn, that was a lot. When are they going to learn and put them in dropper bottles? Okay. Do not put this stuff on thick. Build up light coats. I'm just blowing air, right, to dry it. Ulfric, thank you very much. Do. Just dry that up. On that big surface area, I definitely wouldn't take the chance of trying to brush that. If you've maybe got an old one and you wanted to try it out to see if it worked, but it's such a big area, you're going to get, I think, your brush strokes in there. Always careful when you're unmasking. Take your time. Ah, disaster. Look, we'll fix that. We'll fix that. Don't worry, I'll fix that. Not happy about that, but I will fix it. It's probably good. Like, there's been occasions where I've had disasters and I've managed to fix them on stream. It's probably good you guys see it. It makes you understand that even when you've been painting as long as I have, things go wrong. So I do believe there's a tiny bit of the original base colour. I'm not sure I should probably go back that dark, but I'm gonna. Yeah, so remember guys, this is the month for Gazgul. So if you guys want to be in a with the chance of winning Gazgul at the end of the month, that's what the donations go towards. Top 5 donators. Okay, that could have been worse. Has that happened? And the white strips earlier because you didn't prime this first. Yeah, it probably did happen. And there was a little bit of grease or a little bit of something in this area because it's been the same places that have come off. That's why you're absolutely right, Paul. You can use, personally for priming, I will use the Vallejo fine surface primers if I want to use my airbrush. Or did I put my finger on the clear? I did. I put my finger on the clear. See? So what I will do with that, I've got a fingerprint on the clear. What I will do with that is I'll let this all dry completely. And then I'll take some super fine, I'll show you how I'll fix that. Have these sanding pads, and I'll get a bit that's been really rubbed to hardly anything, right? And then I'll gently sand this and just take my fingerprint out. It will still leave the red, and then I'll just gloss coat it afterwards. Okay, it does take a while, this clear stuff, to dry. That was my own fault because I'm rushing on stream. So let's carry on with the blue. I'm not going to freak out too much, even though I'd like to freak out and chuck something at a wall. Don't put your finger there again. So just feathering in that blue. Get some of the light blue. Start at the bottom. It's quite strong, but then just feather it out with a bit of moisture, and we can get something very, very similar to that airbrush fade, just to hide it. Yeah, we kind of fixed it already. It's not quite perfect, but it's okay. Okay, so we fixed that. Something else I've taken on board from you, sir. Yeah, so Halford's grey car primer is the nuts. It's really fine, just dust coat. Thank you for following Baron Von Jenke. I love that. Yo, Death Revived. Did you see yesterday's one? We did this one yesterday, so we're doing another one, another GT40 racing Boba Fett type thing. I'll show you that, in fact, for your priming needs. That's what it is. Halford's Grey, massive can, $6.99, 500ml. So much better. Gives a really fine surface. Oh my god, my chair's broken. Also allows you to sand if you need to afterwards. It has a great fill-in property, so if there's imperfections it will fill that, especially when you're working on different models. I don't mean you want to obliterate all your mould lines, but it won't lose your mould lines. It didn't lose like your panel lines. It didn't lose any of that. That was grey primed first over the normal paint without being stripped, so you can see you've still got all the detail there. But just dust coats, right? Yeah, no worries, dude. Thank you for coming back and joining us. Okay, so that's pretty much dry at the back. I think I will. This is a word you're not used to hearing. I will give that a little dry brush on the back in a sec. I'm going to clean my airbrush because I want to do the engines. We've got 20 minutes. I'm not going to finish. I'm not going to finish this today. It's just not enough time to do a big ship, 2 hours, I'm afraid. let's get some bit more detail. Let's not give up yet. I've still got 20 minutes, eh? Mad things happening in 20 minutes. Have you seen my Gazgul? Death Revived. Lovely mark. Have you seen the beautiful Gazgul I've been working on? Yeah, I mean, you don't need to get it too much in the crevices, Paul. Just dust. That's the trick, dusting. And it will, yeah, it's very fine. It's car paint. I've been using it for years. The black, the white, the grey. Yeah, cool, man. You need to spread the word with your Canadian boys and get them watching. And let them know I'm painting 40k stuff and all sorts. Okay, so let's do this little bit of dry brushing. What we're going to use, where's my silver brush? There it is. There's my silver brush. Have I got any silver out? Nope. Let's get some silver. Okay. You all know what dry brushing is. I don't need to go over it with you. Because it's got like a nice finish, but just want to catch a few edges where that ink's darkened it off a bit. I don't want to do too much. I'm not trying to like re-silver the whole model, just on leading edges. That's going to get airbrush, so it don't matter. Don't mind that kind of catching a little bit there either. Just makes it look a kind of bit bad. As soon as this is a big model, a bit more weathering kind of thing, really simply done. Nothing major. Just lifting out a few bits. I will catch the end of this gun instead of wet brushing. I'm trying to get this done nice and quick for you guys. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's do these engines. So let's get me yellow out, golden yellow. It's a bit of an orangey yellow. Just clean that. Let's give it a poke. It looks a bit clogged. Yeah. When you get dry stuff, it's better to kind of give it a squeeze out, not into your airbrush, so you don't get that bit of dry stuff in there. So let's do the bar. We'll come back and forward because it's wet. Working in that circle, a little bit of overspray is what I want. So I'm pulling up so I get that little wash of yellow just gently on the outside. Look, in all reality, it'd never glow out like that. It just looks cool on the model. So gently, so I'm just giving it a little bit of paint. A lot of air, little paint. And then I'm going to just chuck a tiny bit of white in there. I just used the same paint I had. You can get dry brush paints. The Games Workshop dries are pretty good. I don't actually know if they do a silver dry. I don't think I've got a silver dry. Have I got a silver dry? I might have. Lee can answer that question like instantaneously, but I did just use what I had. Should I put a spot more in there? That should be enough. So it's gone up. So see how the colour changed? Because I'm mixing in the pot, so you need to spray through for that. Let's clean off the needle. And then this is going to be less oversprayed. So you can get really close, right? That's kind of how close I am to the model. If I want to be like really following a line. Yellow dries incredibly fast on the needle, and because I'm trying to be tidy, I've got to get that off. Once you start using your brushes, you'll notice you can see the really strong glow, right? Look, all inside there, not out. So you've got the oranger glow out and you've got the stronger glow in. You can be that controlled with an airbrush. It's not hard. It's just practice. Just take your time. Less paint. Remember, it's a two-way trigger. That do. Nice little engine glow. Done. Okay. I'm happy with that. Okay, so what we got? Oh, 11 minutes, of course, 11 minutes. So let's do some chipping and some edge highlighting, and I reckon I will get this done. I want some ultramarine blue and some dark blue and a little brush, not one of these big ones. Come on, you little bugger, come on. 11 minutes. A little bit of water, let the paint flow. Yeah, nice simple glow. Get the orange on the out. Glad you like that. Remember, it's all about your angle of your brush and how far you are away from it. You can get really, really, really close. And then you are painting with like tiny, tiny little detail. You wouldn't believe how controllable they are once you get used to them. So let's do what we did yesterday, which was put some chip in and stuff on the edge. So with the on the white, we're gonna carry back on with like this blue. I need some more water, it's a bit dry. Chips are great, like when you bring them off the edge a little bit. You know, you can have bits right in the centre. If you, it's a bit hard. I'll put it under close-up cam in a bit, but let me crack on a bit so we can try and get this done for you guys. I also just use that to cover up a little imperfection. Remember when we had that chip, that peel off? The longer you guys have got to spend doing this, the better the results are going to be. But you want like haphazard. You want tiny little specks and chips and scratches. You don't want any uniform patterns. You do want to work to the edge of panels. Just think about how things actually damage. Where, you know, the atmosphere is going to catch the edge of something. A little bit more water. Go down the bottom. Some nice quick little chips. That gives us some break up on those white stripes. Okay, next. 7 minutes. I can't find my paint. It's always the way. And putting in the appearance, the legendary, the one, the only, Wolf Grey. It's just my favourite paint in the world. Okay, so we're edging. We're doing what we did on that. It's pop time, yeah? Get some water. These are air paints, but with this, you really want the paint to flow. When you're using the brush and you load it, roll your brush. Okay, so you push your paint up into the stock and you get your point. Okay, so let's grab some edges, and remember on the edges we can do some lovely little like chips in, exactly the same, not so much chips, it's just like weathering streaks and gives you some lovely little embellishments that just work. Trust. What will he do for paint after Boxing Day though? Christmas present. I need to write to Vallejo really, and I need to show him my stream because I use pretty much predominantly Vallejo paints, and I don't see why they're not just Like, I've got to see if I can get a bit of sponsorship for this stream. It would really help. I weirdly, Kay, don't get through much of it. It's always like a highlight thing with me with Wolf Grey, but I do love the paint. We're just trying to find the edges that lift the model. And on these bigger pieces, that's when you can put the odd scratch with the same colour, right? See what it does? Just simple little bits like that. A lot of painting, right, is you guys understanding that it doesn't really look pucker till right at the end. The last few little bits, you've got to go through the process and be able to visualize what it's going to look like in the end, and like you'll know, and you just work through it. A bit more water. I'm drying up. Yo, Scarlett! Even in my short time, I'm preferring Vallejo to GW. I've changed brushes and I'm getting wet palette, and it might be unfair on GW. No, it's not unfair on GW. GW do some great paints, certain things. They do some great technicals. But I think Vallejo is a better paint. I'm sorry. It just is. I spent absolute years painting with Games Workshop and exclusively Games Workshop, and getting Vallejo just was like, never went back. I do have Games Workshop paints, don't get me wrong, but I think Vallejo are a better paint. If Lee's still in the chat, it'd be interesting to see if he agrees. Because he does do a bit of painting, does old Leroy. I've got 1 minute, but you're going to give me 5 minutes extra, everyone, because I am going to finish this, I'm afraid. So we're going to run just slightly over today, otherwise I'll get very upset I haven't finished it. paint? Do you pre-plan what you're doing, or do you just let it happen? Yeah, I do. There are definitely some pre-plans, but there's also definitely part of it which is an organic process. If you watched, like when I painted the Super Fantasy Brawl, I knew certain colours what they were going to be, but I was actually a bit lost, and I was letting the model kind of tell me what to do. So I pre-plan more like the process. Like I know the order, I need to paint this first, then that, then this, then that, and go like that. But yeah, it's fun when they're a little bit more of an organic process. It's more about technique. Once you know your techniques, I actually struggle with like colours, of course, because of my colour blindness. So working out a colour scheme is something I find very hard. And then I get something like this where I get a great little look, stumble across something, and then I want to do it more. And you know, helping you guys, I get inspired by other artists as well. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, kind of mimicking what someone else has done, or a great paint scheme they've used, even if you do it in your own kind of like in your own hand, make it your own way. But yeah, there's a little bit of planning, and then there's also a little bit of just riding roughshod and just letting it happen. It is art, like, and Bob, like if you do watch Bob Ross, he's right. There often aren't any mistakes. They're just happy accidents. You will stumble across things, and you'll be like, "That's cool, man." See, we start putting this stuff on, and it just pops. Everything just starts to pop out. That's fine. No, you like. What's wrong with doing it organically, bro? Like, you don't have to have a plan in your head. You just have to want to paint it. Why shouldn't it be organic? You know, why shouldn't you just get a big canvas and chuck loads of paint at it, and then realise halfway through, actually, I want to do a bit with a brush now, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. A lot of what I'm doing as well, like as a painter that paints for a living, I've often got a brief of what they want. So I can't just go like and do what I want, or I can't just make it up on the fly, because they will have said, I want it to look like this, I want these colours, yada yada yada. Like this whole paint job came from Captain Rex talking about a GE40 paint job. So that's what we got. We got a GE40 paint job. In my head it was blue. Captain Rex's one's not blue, which is cool. I love Captain Rex's one. He's done the conversion though. If I would have had time, I would have done exactly that. I would have put a wing on the back of it, and he's gone the whole hog. I think we might even have pictures of it in the gallery at the end of the show. Right, let's just catch these bits, and then I'm going to kind of call it done, even though I would like to do a tiny bit more on a few bits. I don't want to go on too long. This is just meant to be a kind of a lesser, you know, not going mental paint job. Oh, I find I'm very good at visualising structure but bad at visualising colours, so I can confidently hack models up and rearrange them, but when it comes to painting I only have a vague idea and see how developed I'm going. Yeah, do you know what, Kay? I definitely struggle with visualising colours because everything's shades of grey for me. And I am way, way better at exactly what you just said. Being able to convert a model, see a new model in what stood in front of me. So like, it's important to take inspiration from other things, get advice, and play with it. And there's nothing wrong with getting the odd one wrong and having to strip it back and do it again. There really isn't anything wrong with that if you don't like the colour scheme on something. See those few little edge highlights, they just change everything, and the odd little chip and scratch, you just get a much better finish. Everything pops out. Really simple. Where are we at? 6 minutes. Okay, 4 more minutes. That's how much I'm giving myself on this. Right, I'm going to read your text in a minute, guys, because I want to just get this done now. For any more? Am I happy with that at the moment? I reckon I'm going to leave it at that. I'm just going to do one thing because it's bugging me. Where's my black? Have to do this. Have to paint. Have to paint 2 dots on the gun barrels because as it does my nuts in when you've just got like that solid silver thing. Right, I'm going to put that back on there. Oh, just 2 seconds. I've got to just put a little bit here. Doesn't look finished otherwise. Just on those couple of corners. Okay. Little chip. Okay, done. Done. Let's move these out of the way, and then I'm going to give you close-up cam. Remember, we got the imperfection in the canopy, which I've got to fix, but don't worry about that. It's not that bad. Okay, let's go close-up. And there she is. Let's get a bit more light in there. You can see some of those chips. You can kind of see the fade in the red, light to dark. Just done with the silver. Engine glow, you can see the blue black. You can see how that makes it still. So there we go, look at that. Nice little, it really works as a colour scheme. I would love to just put like a little GE40 in Arabesh or something. I might do that later, just because I think that's cool. Let's go back to, oh, I've lost my cursor. Right, yeah, that's us for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry it was the... I'm not going to say sorry. I hope you enjoyed the same paint scheme as we did the day before. I won't be doing any more of that on stream. I am going to be painting those off stream. So keep your eyes open. If you like these models, they will be for sale. There'll be this. There'll be a Falcon, a Mist Hunter, a Canoglia, a Quad Jumper, and 3 of the Mining Guild ties. They're all going to be done in the same colour scheme, so it's going to look like a GE40 rally. I just love it. I just think it's a great idea. So watch out for that. Let's go full screen. And let's cue that up, because I'm good at this. Right, I can visualise what I want, but at the moment lack the skill to achieve it to a standard I'm happy with. So, Captain, just practice, bro. Just practice. I can't honestly say I've ever got to a point where I'm happy with my painting. Even after all these years and being a professional and being paid to do it, I always wish it was a bit better than it is. And without doubt, I feel that, you know, don't get me wrong, this is me doing kind of less than I can do, but each time I try for the top, I feel that it's better than I've done before, and wish I could go back and fix what I've done before. That is about, I've said it a million times, talent comes naturally, but skill is through hours and hours and hours of beating on your craft. It's about practice, 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 whatever you do. I can show you technique. I can't cheat time. Just go and practice and enjoy the process. Art should be something you find therapeutic and enjoyable, right? And don't beat yourselves up too much. Please remember that I've painted for the best part of 30 years now. You know, since I was a little kid, and I was straight into a painting industry from by the time I was 20 years old. So, yeah, don't beat yourself up on that. Learn the techniques, learn from other people, ask questions, try different products out as well. It's very important to understand your medium with art. So understand the correct way to apply something and the correct medium to use to get that finish. Whether it's weathering powders or using oil washes, using inks, using different types of paint, using the airbrush, using a hand brush. That's what's important when you're trying to achieve these things. Right, other than that, I had a great time tonight. Thank you very much. I will try to come back Saturday. No promises. You'll know there'll be a post up if I do. If not, I will be back next Monday with another 2 streams. We'll be doing Gazgal again, definitely, because I want to get him finished. I'm going to do some stuff off stream to bulk out some of the work, so you're just seeing detail stuff on the metal and this, that and the other. Tomorrow, Thursday, join my friend Mr. Dalton over on ProTech. Go and have a little look what he does. I think he's probably not doing tanks anymore. It was a month of tanks last month. I don't know what he's doing, but it's always great fun. And I really appreciate that you give him that support. Spread the word. Get some more people watching. Until then, everybody, don't go, because we've got like the thing at the end with pictures, right? So stay around to watch that. Until then, though, one love. Peace.